Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the founder of Live Like Roof Foundation. I'm already like smiling, laughing because I have to just bring them in. I'm not even gonna do my little preamble. There she is, Junebug. Oh, now
Junebug.
last time I did a video, the dog also yawned as soon as I came to them. It's like they're bored with us. And there's Valerie. Sorry. Hi, Junebug. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Valerie. How are
Oh,
you?
hi, good.
I
I
love
don't
her.
have her. I should maybe put you on speaker because I'm using my
Oh,
pod.
it's
But
okay.
hang on. Okay.
It's okay. You're fine.
Okay.
So tell us the story of her. I know she's from a hoarding case in Alabama, and she has lymphoma now. But kind of just tell me a little bit of her background. I love her so much.
Yeah, so June was, I don't know if I think she was found at a house where it was like a hoarding case, and it was clear she was used as a dog used for breeding. Um, that was down in Alabama, and this is just the story that was told to us through the rescue. And then she went into the shelter in Alabama and Wags and Walks rescue here in Nashville. They took her into their care. Yeah, you can see that she's definitely was used. She had been infested with fleas, and they think she was allergic to them. That's why that her back is all like scarred up, and she still does have some scarring, but she looks much better. So as soon as Wags took her, they got her kind of cleaned up and in better shape. And then she went to a foster home. And from there, I don't remember. Oh, she was in a foster home, a trainer. So kind of a foster slash training situation. And we were looking for pretty specific dog. We wanted an adult and we wanted a pitty. And so Wags had asked, what are you looking for? And they found us. They found June. I mean, they already had her, but they were like, oh, this could be a good match. So we fostered her. I don't even think it lasted a week because we fell in love right away. She is just perfect. Like, I mean, we've had other dogs, we've loved all of them, but June, honestly, she loves everyone. We have not had any issues. Like other dogs, we've had to introduce guests slowly and, oh, don't reach over the gate yet. They need to get familiar with you. No, June, the worst thing is she'll get in everyone's laps and she's 65 pounds. Yeah, there. And so she just, I don't know. You wonder how a dog that was treated so poorly can can just forgive humans. And you know, I'm the species that treated her poorly, but she knows, nope, it's different. And the other thing is her tail will not stop wagging. Even at the vet, they have a hard time keeping her still to take blood or now give her chemo. Um, because she's so wiggly and happy and she just wants to meet new people and kisses all the time. So she's just been, I mean, I honestly I didn't think my husband would fall in love with her as quickly as he did. Um, just because I don't know. The pity's always been on my wish list, and not that he has any. He doesn't care what breed it is, but it, wasn't really something he was seeking out, and I think it surprised him too how much he fell in love with her. Um, so we've had her for about 2 years, and they think she was probably 3 or 4 when we got her, and we've just been trying to give her the best life ever because I can't believe how where she came from. We don't even know like what she's had, what has she experienced? What hasn't she experienced? We have no idea if she's ever gone on walks or, met another dog. Well, I guess in the hoarding case, but had a dog sibling. um, so yes, we've just been giving her the best that we can.
Yeah, it is really amazing how resilient they are. I mean, I talk about Rue all the time. He was an owner surrender and obviously was fighting for his life whether it was in a backyard or a crate. I mean, he had no teeth. I mean, so whatever he was doing, if he was eating rocks to survive or trying to get out of something, and you just like wonder how does their brain work when they're like, oh, I'm with another human now, but wow, they're like treating me the proper way. Like dogs are smart as hell.
Absolutely.
You see, well, I mean, when you see this picture and what is going on, you just are shocked. Then when you see this like beautiful creature, it's amazing. But
Yes.
kudos to you because I know it's not easy, especially in the beginning. But then when you see like the real dog come out, it's so rewarding. But then when we get here to where you are now, for this dog that's already been through hell to get sick, I'm gonna cry. It's hard.
Mhm. Yes, I know, it's like, wait a second, I mean, when we of course, as soon as she got diagnosed, I went down the rabbit hole and, I mean, I will say I have joined the Live Like Rue group on Facebook
Mhm.
immediately, and that's been so helpful, but you can read all these different stories, and a lot of them were older dogs, and I realized a lot of people, when you do get into the teens, some people might think it's not worth putting them through that, even though we have learned that chemo is not always as hard on dogs as it is on humans. Um, and people seem to have they just struggled with what to do with a lot of cases. But with her, I mean, sure, we don't really know how old she is, probably 5 to 7, but we've only had her 2 years, and I don't know, that might be selfish of us. Well, no, let's put it this way. She's only had a real life for 2 years. So we're like, no, there's not even a question. We're going to do whatever we can to help her because this is her life that just started with us. Before that doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, what a good way to look at it, and it is so true because there is no right answer, and people always will ask me, like, I get that, and like, when do you know it's time all the time, and I hate that when you know when it's time question because I'm not there with you, but this is why now we have therapists and other people to guide you through that because it's not going to be me. But what
Yeah.
is great about the support group is that the first thing I say on there is that we are not vets. We are not going to give medical advice here, but you can actually, like you said, learn from people that are going through or went. And what I love is a lot of these people stay on that page even after they lost their pet, and they can then guide others. And that takes guts. You know what I mean? Like they went through one of the worst times in their lives, and now they're having to. It really does. It there is a trigger. There is a trigger
Yeah.
with that because it takes you back to a really bad spot. But I
Yes.
do think there is a lot of value, and I really struggled with that page because I didn't want it to be veterinary advice or like medical advice, and it's not. Like it's
Mhm.
actually really helped a lot of people. So there really is no right answer, and lymphoma sucks. It's awful. Like I've seen it. I know it's horrible to even know like where to start and what to do. But tell us, because I know you also lost two dogs not that long ago, which is also so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I was just going to jump in and say, so previous to that, so those two we lost, and one of them was 1 day shy of 16, which is amazing, and a large dog. I mean, he was 55 pounds. And we have realized, well, prior to that, the first dog we lost was Pickles, and she had dementia. I didn't even know dementia was possible in dogs. Like, and it's very similar. I think about the support groups I looked for that on Facebook, and now with June and lymphoma. I mean, I think there's probably people that don't realize how common lymphoma is now in dogs, which is a sad thing. It's terrible, but also there's a little bit of silver lining because it's becoming so common that they're working on things to help it, and oncologists are becoming more common, and but we wish it wasn't that way, of course. But the dementia, same situation. I stayed part of those groups, and yes, I would jump in even when after Pickles was gone and try to give people advice or just comfort. One thing I shared a lot, and this really helped me with Pickles. Um, Lap of Love is a at home hospice or euthanasia group, and they have on their site they have a video that goes through. It helps guide you to figure out if it's time. And watching that video, that did it for us. Honestly, that was like, okay, I get it now. And yes, it's time. And so I've shared that with so many people because it was so helpful. Um, and it's not going to tell you yes every time. It's just going to help you assess the situation. Um, so Pickles was the to first dog we lost, and again in a you know dementia. Who knew? Who knew dogs could get that? So it was really hard to watch. Again, we just did everything we could, and um, but it was. I mean, there were times when it was like causing us so much stress and friction, even like between my husband and I, and not, we weren't like ready to walk away, but we woke up every morning to her, walking through her poop, doing circles through her poop. And
Course, yeah.
yes, so the support is very big because I think too, it's becoming more common, but years ago people didn't think about either they didn't think of their pets as children, or there weren't as many people that thought of their pets as children. And that is ours are our children. We are not having human babies. These are our babies. And so when you find someone that can understand that love and understand what you would do for them, and you can lean on them or just, know that someone else gets it, really important for sure.
It
Yeah.
helps a ton, a ton.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I had a dog with dementia, and it's so hard. I mean, it's really hard to watch, and it's really hard to know. And we use Lap of Love here too. In fact, I use them for my personal dogs. We use them for Live Like Brew dogs. I also send the quality of life scale to people, which
Great.
will really help you, which I think is similar to the video that you're talking about. It basically gives you a scale like what is happening on this day, food, digestion, happiness, sleeping, like it's everything.
Mhm.
And that really helps people a lot. But they also Lap of Love also has people that you can talk to. So before you make the appointment and they come to your house, like they counsel you. It's really a great, great organization. And we they love us and we love them. So
Yeah.
it's tough to love a service like that because you don't want to, but like they are just angels, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just glad they were around.
Mhm.
We were used to be in Milwaukee, and I don't know if they've got a branch up there, but we were just once we had them out for Pickles, we swore, okay, we will never do anything but this. I mean, that was the first but then the following two, Jake and Ernie, same thing. We knew that's how we had to do it because it was just, I don't want to say it was a good experience, but it was. They're special. Yes, they're they're very special people. So,
Yeah.
the
So
other thing too, oh, I just wanted to say, like, with Jake and Ernie, they were 15 and 16, and, we sure, it was so hard too, every pet, it's different than even losing a person, I think we all know that, but now that we reflect and now that June's going through this, we've realized too, we were really lucky with them. Like, I mean, they never had anything serious, and again, they were bigger dogs. You don't usually necessarily hear about dogs living that long. Um, so all perspective, you know, too, with
Yeah.
realizing how lucky we were with them, and but also realizing, hey, we need to make sure. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I don't really, no one knows what causes the cancer, but you
Mhm.
know, we can think about what are we feeding them, and is there anything that we could possibly do better? Yeah.
It's so true, and, I say this a lot, and, it's really, really, really unfortunate, but when I volunteer at Chicago Animal Care and Control, a lot of the pets that I help to save were strays usually, or owner surrenders like Rue that were in really bad shape. So whether they came from backyard breeders or somebody just let them out, and most were pitties, and I will tell you, 90% of them are gone because of cancer. And the
Oh,
few that are left that are battling cancer, or like literally living day to day, it's really sad. And a lot of people, I'm gonna cry, a lot of people will say, I saved them one time, and now, you know, through Live Like we were trying to save them again.
yeah.
It's tough, to lose them after saving them from an awful situation. So I feel that deeply with Junebug too. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're here for you. We're gonna help. I know that she's going
Thank
through
you.
chemo, and we're gonna help you with those bills. So it's the least we can
Okay.
do. And I know that you're involved with the events we do in Nashville. So it's our honor to give back to you the way that you've given to us.
Well, thank you. Like I said, she was supposed to have, she tore both cruciates in her leg. So, and she was supposed to have the surgery December 31st to fix the second one. And then this creeped up, and we were just like, how do we handle this? You know? And so, like I said, we, we're not going to give up on her, but
Yeah.
the fact that Live Like Rue exists, and I just, we can't even explain how helpful that is. And like I said, in all regards, you know, the support, people, just connecting with people that understand how important pets are, and are willing to do everything to save them. That's huge.
Awesome. Thank you, Valerie. You've been a great guest.
Oh,
And let's please everybody donate. She's gonna have some chemo bills coming up, and we're honored, like I said, to help, especially a dog that went from this to this and this. She's just magical. I just love her
oh,
sweet freckles.
oh,
It's so
yes.
sweet.
She was the best with, that's my niece's baby, and she was so good with him. I mean, I didn't know at all how she would be, but she was, her mama dog kicked in. You know, we just thought, oh, she's, you know, unfortunately, she's had lots of puppies probably, and I, it was so special. She just was so great with him.
I love that. All right, let's
Yeah,
keep in touch. I know people are gonna wanna hear about this sweet soul and how she's doing, but thank you so much,
thank
Valerie.
you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.